Welcome back, boys, to a new video. Today we are gonna do a squad building to our formation that we are using right now in the divisions. So as you can see, we are currently 1950 in the ratings and we are 1927 on the world. So it's a pretty good formation, as you might say. It helped us a lot in divisions and to get a lot of wins against very strong opponents. So as you can see, 64 wins, 21 losses, 23 draws. We are gonna come back later to the losses and the draws, why we lost a lot and why we drew a lot. So we're gonna head to the formation. So this is the formation for two center back, two full backs, a right back and left back, two DMFs, one attacking midfielder, one right wing forward and two forwards. So firstly, as you can see, the first thing you can see, Araujo is a destroyer. Maldini is, you can use a build up here or a defensive fullback, so that's fine. Here you need to have an attacking fullback and a defensive fullback. One attacking, one defensive. The attacking needs to help the attacking midfielder and the defensive needs to be behind the right wing or the left wing. Depends on what you are using, the left wing or the right. Two DMFs. One of them does not necessarily need to be a DMF, so this one that is Mateus here needs to be a box to box so he can help in the attack. So for free to play players, you can use Barella, box to box Barella, or any other box to box like Bellingham. Of course, the free one. Talking about the free one. For the second DMF, he needs to be an anchorman or a destroyer. And if you are using a destroyer, you need to use with him the instruction or deep line. We are gonna come to the individual instructions later. So the next is an attacking midfielder. Attacking midfielders needs to be a whole player. Needs to be a whole player, so he can make those runs that whole players make to the box to score, to have scoring opportunities and to score more goals, so he can create more goals. Is the wing forward, as I said, a right wing forward or a left wing forward. We have Blitzkrieg Messi, the best player in the game, so we are using a right wing forward. Next is the strikers or the forwards. You can use two center forwards, one center forward and one second striker like me. So the second striker needs to be a deep line forward. Obviously we have Khalid, one of the best in the game, but you can use the free Santos Neymar as a replacement for him. So, and the second one is a goal pusher. So the second striker needs to be near the wing forward. So when he comes back to the center of the field, the right wing can go and replace him because he's a prolific winger. So the wing forward needs to be a prolific winger, okay? And the other striker is a goal poacher, so you can throw pass to him the passes. Also, if you are using Neymar, try a build with at least 80 passing, 80 low pass, and equip him with the through passing skill if he doesn't have it. So you can throw the passes to your left wing and your right wing or left wing and your striker. And also, if you are here deep in the field or on the pitch, you can through pass it to the other guy, which is the attacking midfielder. So that's it. And for the individual instructions, one thing here, as I said, you can use a defensive fullback if you have a good defensive fullback, or a build-up CB. The other CB, I am using a destroyer Araujo, which is an aerial fort for the guys with the cross spamming, but you can use another build-up because after the update the defense is like non-existent. That's why we lost a lot of matches and we drew a lot of matches. I would score like 4 goals in the first 15 minutes of the game, and then the opponent easily scores those 4 goals and equalizes because my defense was vulnerable before I found this formation. So Go to the individuals. As I said, you can use two build-ups, that's fine, or a defensive fullback. For the individual instructions, if you are using a destroyer, you are gonna go with defensive. Here I was using defensive on Vieira, but to be honest, deep line is much better. It's much better here. It solidifies the defense completely and makes it harder for the opponents to pierce through the defense. So for your defensive midfielder, your first defensive midfielder, you need to use someone tall or strong. Like I can use Makelele, but Makelele, as you can see, he's too strong and too good in game. But if you don't have a pay to win card like Vieira, you need to use someone who's tall, like Rodri or Chouameni or Denis Zakaria, for that matter. The defensive midfielder needs to be tall. The second defensive midfielder, as I said, you don't need to use a DMF if you don't have a good one like Mateus. You can just use a central midfielder with the box-to-box play style, so he can help in attacking and help in defending. But Mateus can do that perfectly as a defensive midfielder, so we are using Mateus. For you can go for either the free Bellingham or box-to-box Barella, yes, box-to-box Barella, or Kante, free Kante. The free Kante is also box-to-box and he will be much better than a player of the week Barella. So those are your choices. For the attacking midfielder, I would suggest Pedri, or here I use Bellingham, the box-to-box sometimes, and on a normal they use a whole player. So a whole player, a lot of whole players are available most likely in your account, so you can use either one. As I said, a deep line forward, so you can create space for your right wing to go and score some goals. That's it for our squad building. So this is obviously in the long ball counter style, which we have because the quick counter style is just too ridiculous to use. The defensive line is too high.